What's going on, what's happening? I hope you guys are doing well. So here we are once again on my YouTube channel. So today what I want us to do is I want us to actually take a look at the markets. But this week actually something happened. We did analyze, we did scan the markets, we did look at some trades, we did capitalize on some trades, but at the same time there were mistakes that were made. But I just started thinking to myself that if I made this mistake, if I was able to spot and make such a mistake with my ages of trading experience, what does it mean to someone that's just starting out? Or what does it mean to someone that literally is just trading for a couple of months or just maybe a few years? Then I decided that maybe me recording down this video and sharing some of the things that I actually done, showing you how I actually made some mistakes, but on top of the being able to just rectify those mistakes will save a lot of people thousands, if not millions in the future. Because truly speaking, guys, when it comes to trading, it's more of a compound game. And once you are able to compound that knowledge, once you are able to compound that trading account, automatically you'd be able to just make it far. And the only way to compound better and be able to increase your basically your returns on a month-to-month basis is when you reduce mistake by mistake. Meaning that if you spot your mistake today and you still persist on making the same mistake, find out that that mistake can easily save you a 2% return on your monthly returns. And 2%, yes, maybe on a 1,000 rand account would be small, but let's look at it on a 1 million account or a 10 million. That's going to be a significant change. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to just save while it's still at the beginning, just so when you're able to grow, because I highly believe that you are going to grow. And when you do happen to grow, it'll be much more easier of you to be able to just make sense of the market. So the first thing that we are going to be doing now is I just want us to quickly to take a look at what actually is going on this end. You can see right here that we've got this trade that we looked at and we shared it in the Telegram public group. Right here you can simply see we spotted it when it was still somewhere right here, boom, when it was still somewhere here, and I just shared it like in a way whereby obviously we're not sending out signals, and at the same time we're not even giving out financial advice. So it was just me showing that okay, this is what I'm seeing and this is what I'm doing within the markets. And then you can simply see right here the market started this is where it was. We entered positions, and then you can see right here we also show some evidence of us entering and being in those positions, and as well being able to just lock up profits right here. And this is an updated trade after it shot up and then came back to retest. But now take a look at what happened with the markets. As soon as that happened, price literally went down, took us out right here, literally right here, took us out. And then after it did take us out, just see what happened afterwards. Boom. All the way up to here. And mind you, I entered with 2 positions, and here it was giving us a 7.8% return, meaning that I was going to probably close to a 14% because I went in with 2 positions that allowed me to use 1% on each. I was literally going to close 14%, but instead we took home 0.44. when you add is like 0.88, which is close to break even, but obviously it's small profits, and that was like a terrific moment. So that's just one of the mistakes that we done while trading yesterday. This is a trade from yesterday. So one thing that I want us to speak about here first is I've noticed that there's a lot of people out there that would, like, let's say for instance, when they enter a market and maybe it goes against them, or it starts just to move slightly a bit against, because we entered this trade here, and if you can see here, there's never been a time whereby this trade was a negative. But some people, one thing that I've noticed is that once the trade starts going maybe a bit low, whether it's here or whether it comes and then it does this and then maybe it hits their stop losses, and maybe how the market moves, and then maybe it goes a bit more up. What they do is that they let these losses run. So they let these losses run because they hopefully believe that maybe somewhere, somehow, the market is going to, boom, shoot all the way upwards. So they'll let the losses run, and then they'll try to hold on. And the market is going to continue moving this way and automatically just do the exact same thing, move just like this. And the market will continue to just decrease and move like this. And then, boom, before you know it, you've lost more than your account. You've lost what you were even planning to lose. And maybe you even blew your account, on which that's what I see a lot of people still doing. If you're still blowing accounts till this day, I don't know who you're following, because with us, there's no way that you should be blowing your account. But that's what normally I would see people doing. They let that loss run. And as well, one thing that I've noticed them do is that once the market starts moving in that direction, let's say the market, yes, it did go down, it did play a bit, it done the same thing, they were leaving the loss run, and then let's say it shoots up, then it goes this, and then it shoots up. Automatically, what I've seen a lot of people do, guys, I've taught like literally over 70,000 students. We've given free education to over 70,000 people from our courses, from our ebooks, from everything. So I've literally dealt with all types of traders, and I've noticed that most of them, the problem that they also have is fear of, like, normally it's fear of missing out, and as well it'll be fear of, like, letting profits run, fear of profits. And I don't even know how that works, because for most people, we are in the markets to make money, we're in the markets to make profits, but there's a lot of people out there that actually have fear of profits, which means that once the market starts doing this, then boom, here they are, they're taking profit exactly here. Do you understand? So let's say, for instance, find out that the negative that they held was more on, let's say, minus 1,000. They have 2,000 in the account, minus 1,000. That's 50% of the account. And then the market pushes a bit more up, and then boom, here it's at, let's say, 600 or 700. And then boom, they close it, they're happy, they just close it because they feel like the market maybe is going to retrace and go all the way back. But the one thing that I need you to do in order to rectify such a mistake is you need to be able to do the opposite, which means that when the market is going against you, cut the losses quick. I mean, for me, for instance, I wouldn't mind taking 3 stop losses, 4 stop losses in a row, because of, I know, let's say, for instance, if price pushes up and it goes a bit more down, maybe it's not how I intended for the market to move at the time. So what I'll do is that I'll just cut the loss quick, because I know that, anyways, I'm protecting my capital. The most important thing is to protect capital, just so you have more money to be able to trade moving forward. And then when trades are running, one of the things that you can do is you need to be able to just allow the trade to run up until it reaches your profit areas. If you're looking to take profit, maybe let's say, for instance, at a level like this, you need to be able to allow the trade to run all the way up until that level. So with this, what I've done is that I remember a few weeks ago I posted, like, an image and a screenshot, but I saw myself, I saw people were like, you are lying, it's not possible, how can you put stop loss inside of profits? People didn't really understand this concept. And for me, obviously, when I start trading, when I just execute on a trade, the first thing that I do is I make sure that there's a stop loss, and then when it moves in my direction, the second thing that I do is that I make sure that I adjust my stop loss so I don't lose as much as possible. I mean, I've seen people trade with methods like this. Let's say, for instance, I've seen people send out signals out there, and there were methods where, like, let's say, don't buy here, buy guys, buy, and then their stop loss would be like this, and then their take profit would be like this. You understand? And then almost every trade that they're taking, they'll be like, take profit has been hit, take profit has been hit, take profit has been hit. But when you look at it, this is like when they say the casino is always winning, because look at the risk to reward. I mean, this is not a good trade. I wouldn't take this, even if my strategy has a maybe like 80% win rate. I wouldn't really take such trades, because why? I want such trades, a trade whereby automatically when it does go and hit take profit, just like the same one that I did this one here, when it does go and hit take profit, it's a 7.8, meaning that if my loss was like, let's say, $1,000 or maybe $1,000, I'll be making 7,000. So that means that for me to be able to be in a negative, I have to lose 7 times, and then maybe have one trade of this. That's when I'll be at break even, you understand? But for us to speak about some of those mistakes, the only thing that you can do is avoid trading in such ways. It's not a good way, it's not the best way, because once you do happen to take that loss, that one loss is going to make you rework back. Like, you're going to have to, like, that one loss, let's say your strategy is 80-20, and your loss is like, 80% is like profits and 20% is losses. If you win 80% of the time and you lose 20% of the time, just the 20% of the time that you lose, you're going to lose way more than you gained. Do you understand? So it's not really profitable. But with such methods as well, what you need to do in terms of trail stopping, like I did say, most people don't really know that there is a way that you can trail stop. Once your trade move into profit, you're able to move your stop loss from wherever it was to profits, just so even if it goes against you, you're able to log maximum profits, just like this trade that you are staring at here. And one thing that I actually done here that was a mistake, I would say, is that maybe I logged profits a bit too early. Ne? So I logged in profits maybe a bit too early, but at the same time, it doesn't really make sense, because look at it this way. I saw this left shoulder, I saw this head, and as well I saw this right shoulder. And obviously this was a neckline. So I was like, you know what, if it breaks this neckline. I don't want it to go down with me and then give back my profits, because already I was making like maybe close to 1,000 and stuff here. So I was like, I don't want to give back that money to the markets. So automatically you can simply see, yes, it done that. It took us out here, and then it started shooting up. It started shooting up. It started shooting up. So one of the maybe things that I could have done in this case was maybe after this candle confirmation, let's say I wait for a candle confirmation, let's say, and then this candle is the one that breaks. Once this candle is the one that breaks, I take it how I would normally take a sell trade, which means that normally with the sell trade, I'll have to put a stop loss here. I mean, a sell stop, I'd have to put a stop loss somewhere here and so on. So maybe that's what I would have done. I would have maybe put my stop loss here in terms of trail stop, put it here. And then when the trade now, let's say after this, when the trade goes up, that's how maybe we could have benefited from just this move. But that's just it for today. I just wanted you guys to see and understand, because what I do is that obviously I trade on a day-to-day basis, and I just wanted you guys to be able to just learn from some of my mistakes so that you don't go through these mistakes. Already with me, I've developed the emotions, I've developed everything that I need in order of me to be able to understand the mistakes, learn from them, take down notes and see how I can rectify it. But understand that someone out there can do or experience the same thing. Maybe they took 5 losses in a row, and then they experience something more like this, and then they feel like, oh no, the market is against me, why me, and all that. But I want you to understand that this is a normal thing that happens in the markets. So obviously, guys, if you want more information, one thing that you can do is you can join our Telegram community, whereby it's just free, it's free access. You'll be able to just check out some of the trades that I share. I'm not sending it as signals or anything similar to that. It's just you to be able to just spot out, what it is that I'm doing, what I'm seeing, and how I'm seeing things. Whether you decide to see or follow through and stuff, it's all up to you. But it's more on educational purposes. And yeah, you can just be in there. The very first link that's going to be in the description is going to take you there. And obviously, if you're looking into thinking like a trader, I've made an ebook that's going to help you think like a trader. So I'll make sure that I also leave the link in the description. And that's it for today, guys. I hope that these mistakes are not going to be your mistakes. I'll see you on the next YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. Just make sure that you subscribe, and at the same time, like this video. Comment below what is that one mistake that you've made, and also how are you looking into rectifying it, just so someone else can learn from you, because we are all educators. So let us do this big and let us not look back.